Okay, so I have a couple of big updates. First off, I am now 29 years old. One more year until I turn a big 3-0. So I went down to Austin to celebrate my birthday and I lost my glasses. It was a really crazy experience that turned out to be one of the most iconic times of my life. You want to know how it happened? I'll tell you all about it right now. Get back.
Ooh, that's a fire salad.
So the day before my birthday, I went down to Austin to hang out with my friend Chris, who's one of the people that I met from my gig in Minnesota. And so I met up with him at a restaurant and we were just catching up on everything. After that, we traveled to his apartment where I dropped off my stuff. We grabbed our equipment and we went down to the Colorado River to get shots of random things in Austin. And over there, we got to see a big group of people. Eventually, I found out that this big group of people are from a screen club. Welcome to Austin. So after that, Chris and I walked along the trail of the Colorado River where I got to shoot some more footage. And what was really nice about him is that he was taking pictures of me as if he's like my personal photographer. And then after that, we were taking a little drive in that area and we came to some spot that reminded him of Tulum, one of the places that he went to. It looked pretty beautiful over there. I wish I could have stayed there and chilled for a while. I just wanted to lay down on some bench or a hammock or something and just chill and just think about life. I like it that it's quiet and they have some yoga going on in the place or two. I'm interested in coming back there to check it out. I'm just curious. And then after that, we went back to his apartment where we just chilled and talked about stuff, and then we went to bed. What's going on, Chris?
Woo! We're gonna go explore Austin, Texas today for Tito's birthday. Today he's 29.
No, today's the 27th.
No, you're 29 today.
Oh yeah, I'm 29.
So Tito's 29 today, and this is gonna be the best year of his life before he turns 30. So we're gonna start it off here in Austin, which I think he's gonna move here. So we're gonna show him around the city. He said he does move here. Let's go.
So Chris and I were traveling west of Austin. Along the way, we were passing by lots of really nice houses on lots of hills and stuff like that. West Austin looks really amazing. I wish I can be rich enough to live in one of those houses. I don't need a mansion or a really big house. As long as I live in a house, a new, good, clean, average house, I would be grateful. I would be happy with that. And so along the way, we grabbed some coffee from a food truck. And then after that, we made it to Krause Springs. It is a well-known camping and swimming site located in Spicewood, Texas, which is approximately 30 miles west of Austin. Krause Springs looks really nice. It's really cool getting some footage of all the flowers and the trees and hearing the nice soothing bells. It was really cool getting some footage of all of that along with Chris, who's getting some footage as well. He's really fun to be around. He was just giving me some tips and tricks on cinematography. He was just in a really good mood. He was just singing and dancing around and joking around a little bit. I just like it. I just like it that he's pretty outgoing. So whenever he jokes around with me, I joke around with him back. And that gives me an opportunity to become witty and funny. I like making people laugh. Whenever I see that they're having a good time with me, I feel like I know that they genuinely like me being around them. So being witty and funny and making people laugh makes me have a really great time with them. And it's something that I want to do all the time. And then at one point I was giving him directions on where to stand and how to pose and all that stuff so I can get some cinematic footage of him. I get that he's being understanding and really cooperative with me. It makes me feel good that it gives me an opportunity to practice my directing skills. And then next, we started swimming.
All right, so we're out here at Krause Springs. Right behind me, you're gonna see the fresh spring and waterfall. It also has a nice little rope swing there. So we're definitely gonna get in, get wet. This spot is awesome for just $10 a day. That's all they charge us for a day rate. We're gonna jump in the spring here, which is actually warmer than the swimming pool. And then there's tons of nature. I think he said 65 acres of trails that we can walk around and go explore. Don't know if we're gonna do that, but we're definitely gonna get in here. So let's go.
Yeah, I know it's late October and it was not really warm outside, and the water was kind of cold, being like 68 degrees. But still, since it was my birthday, I got to be brave. That's one of the things that I needed to do, is to be brave. So anyway, I got into the water. It was actually not bad getting in the water. It's like being in a pool with the cold water from a hose coming into the pool. It was like that. It was really fun doing the rope swing. I'm not really afraid of heights, but I was just a little anxious about jumping from the rock and feeling the pressure, or feeling my stomach moving up a little bit as I fly down a little bit and forward. It felt exhilarating to me doing the rope swing. It kind of made me feel alive. And it's something that I basically want to feel. I want to feel alive. I don't want to be a couch potato. I don't want to be in here all the time. I just want to go out, travel the world, meet people, and do some fun and exciting stuff. It made me feel like that I'm living life as a person. I'm not working in some retail store like a wage slave or something like that. Right now, I'm living my own life as a videographer, as a freelancer, doing my own thing, traveling the world, having fun with a friend. I feel like I'm living life, and I love that so much. After I had a call with my brother, I went down to swim some more, and I got to be under the waterfall. It felt so good feeling the water from the waterfall hitting my head and stuff like that. It made me feel like that I was in Hawaii or something. And so I was kind of being a little bit of a show off by doing this, kind of whipping my hair a little bit that way. And then whenever I did this, my glasses flew out of my face and landed in the water. It landed in the water. It flew out of my face and it landed in the water. Why is this happening to me again? It was the second time that my glasses came out of my face and went underwater. And what's funny is that both of these times it happened in Austin. So the first time I lost my glasses doing rope jumping just outside the Barton Springs pool, and it took me a little while to find it. So I was really excited whenever I got my glasses back. And this time it happened again. At first I felt okay because I thought I was going to find it. Not long after I lost it, I was kind of thinking that it would turn out like the previous time. But this time I couldn't find my glasses. I had Chris helping me. I tried looking around where I positioned myself. And over time, I felt like the reality is sinking into me. And I was trying not to panic. I didn't want to panic because if I do, I would lose my sense of rationality. I would become impulsive and stuff like that. I try to keep my sanity because if I lose my sanity, things are gonna go much worse for me, and I don't want that to happen. It happened on my birthday. It happened on my birthday. Why does something so bad happen on my birthday? I feel like this is one of those moments that after great things happen, bad things happen to me. It's pretty crazy. It's something that I've been noticing throughout my life. After I do some great things, after experiencing some great things, really bad things happen immediately after. This is just some weird phenomenon that I've been noticing. So whenever this phenomenon happens to me, whether if it's real or not, it helps keeps my judgment in check. Back to this moment, I felt like being a little bit of the show off caused me to lose my glasses. We spent a long time trying to find it, and every time I had no luck. We've been having no luck. He did help me try out this method in which I scrunch my toes to analyze every inch of the area. And so I tried doing that. And then he also did something such as grabbing another lost pair of glasses that I found. Or, yeah, I think that I found. And so he threw it not far from where he is. And we came up with a conclusion that the glasses shouldn't float. It shouldn't be floating. It would slowly fall to the ground. We would eventually pick it up and find out that it's there. So many minutes later, I still couldn't find my glasses. I was having these thoughts such as, how would I get around? How would I get to Houston? How would I drive back home? I just don't want to accept them as reality yet. I want to keep looking as long as I can until I can find it. I don't want to give up. I am not a quitter. I'm not going to give up. I got to keep finding it. And so at one point, my toes felt something. I was hoping that would be my glasses. So I leaned down a little bit, grabbed something from my toes. It's a lost pair of glasses. That should mean that my glasses is still around. It's still close by. So I kept on looking for a little more. And then a few minutes later, I felt something again. I was wondering if this is it. So I leaned down again, grabbed something from my toes, have it out of the water, and it's my glasses! I found it! As soon as I realized that I found in my glasses, yes! Yes! Yeah! And then I actually said, F yeah! I don't cuss. It was an amazing feeling that I found my glasses. Like whenever I screamed at the top of my lungs and said F yeah, it was a really raw and liberating feeling. Oh man, it was an incredible time of finding my glasses. And here's a pair of glasses that I lost that are now found. Now you've seen me without my glasses. Now you're seeing me with my glasses on again. And so after that, we were just walking on a trail to get some more footage and stuff like that. The trails and the trees and the cliffs and all that stuff are pretty beautiful. And along the way, Chris was giving me positive affirmations and giving some advices and all that stuff. It's like he should be a motivational speaker. If you see him giving a motivational speech, hopefully it'll affect you in a positive way. It'll give you the advice that you need to help you go with your day or with your situation or anything that has been affecting you in a negative way.
So whenever you travel, it's really hard when you first start because you want to go to one location and you want to stay there all day. If you're creating videos or photos, that's the worst thing you can do. And like my rule that I've really learned along the way is you play where you're at until the fun ends, and whenever you feel like it's over, it's time to go. And it sometimes sucks, but then the beauty is there's always something better waiting for you next. And sometimes it's dinner, sometimes it's another dope location, or sometimes it's just something you find on the way home, but there's always another glimmer or another omen that it just like makes traveling so much fun. So my tip would be go someplace fun. When it's time to leave, and then see where the next adventure takes you.
It was really nice.
Ow. Shit. Tito lost his glasses and I almost broke my leg there, so we're out of this area.
And towards the end of our time at Krause Springs, we bumped into a few people who were standing by the little lake. Chris came over and talked to one of them, and I join in on the conversation with a few of them. It was really nice. I got to talk to one girl over there, and I got to share my story of losing my glasses and everything.
But we couldn't find it, but I was being persistent.
I would have a
Like, I have to find these.
Yeah, I'm not a quitter.
Yeah, there you go.
So I kept on looking, and
It feels great having her listen to me and become engaged with the conversation because it made me affirm my thought that Austin is a really great place because I feel that in Austin you get an opportunity, you get lots of opportunities to meet with people and get to talk to them. And the fact that there are tons of places to go to and lots of things to do over there, and seeing all these college students and 20 somethings, people my age being there, I feel like that there's really an accessibility for me to meet up with someone and to introduce myself to them and to have conversations with them. So it was really touching on meeting up with those people over there and to have this girl listen to my story about how I lost my glasses and how I eventually found it. It was really a great moment for me. My birthday is truly one of the most unique birthdays I've ever had in my life. I got to hang out with a friend. I got to travel. And I got to do some things with a friend. Crazy things have happened. Scary things have happened. But it all worked out at the end. And so I really feel like that this is one of the most special birthdays I've ever had in my life. And I'm never going to forget that. And before I start talking about the gig in Houston, here's word from my sponsor. What's going on, guys? My name is Tito Contreras from Tito Contreras Productions. I offer services in videography along with photography and music composition. So if you're looking for a way to put yourself out there and to tell the world your story about you or your brand, I'm your guy. I'll be the one to help you out. So instead of being in front of the camera, as you can see, I'm going to have you in front of my camera, and I'm going to get you telling your story to the audience in the best way possible. I'm going to get the audience that you need and bring them to you and become your future fans. So if this really interests you, you can check out my website at titocontreras.com. You can follow me on my socials and contact me right away. So what are you waiting for right now? I'm sitting right here. Contact me right away, and very soon I'm going to bring my butt out of this chair and I'm going to be out there making you successful. My name is Tito Contreras, and I hope I'll see you soon. And now back to the video. And so the next day came in. Chris and I headed out to Houston. So Chris and I went to his client's house somewhere south of Houston. He interviewed his client and his brother, and he got to shoot some B-roll footage of his client and his brother doing some stuff. And also he got some drone footage of his client's neighborhood. So it's really cool seeing Chris using his controller and seeing this little screen that shows what the drone is capturing. He was getting some really nice shots. I really liked it. Contrast on your face.
Really?
Yes.
Look good?
Yeah.
Don't make me look bad. Don't make me look bad. I've worked hard to be this pretty.
Yeah, so the gig turned out pretty good, except that my legs were bitten by fire ants. And then after that, Chris and I drove to Freeport to check out the beach. We got to dip our toes over there, and we were just vlogging, stuff like that. So Chris was using his GoPro to get footage of me as he was asking me questions such as, what are you doing? What's going on? What you up to right now? And I had to answer them right off the bat. And these are the moments in which I become witty and funny like I told you about earlier. And then after that, we drove along the shoreline to Galveston Beach. I didn't expect I would be at a beach on a late October day in 2025. I was really hoping that I would go to a beach like South Padre Island or Florida or Cancun or Honduras. I wish I can go to one of these beaches, but I can't afford to go to those places right now, so I didn't think that would be having fun at the beach this year. So I was really happy that I got to swim at Galveston Beach for a little bit. After that, we went to Houston, where we drove through pouring rain and all that stuff. And eventually we made it to Chris's Airbnb at some neighborhoods southwest of downtown Houston. The guest house isn't so bad. It's kind of small and stuff like that. He slept at a big bedroom upstairs while I had to sleep um, on the first floor under the stairs on a really small bed. Kind of felt like that was Harry Potter or something. And then the next morning, he and I took care of the second day of our gig. This time we went to his client's company where he got to interview his client and some other person, and he got to shoot some more B-roll footage of his client's employees and all that stuff, like outside and inside of the place. It was not bad. It was pretty easy. And then, so after that, we went to the Kennedy Space Center where we got to see some neat things about space and rockets and stuff like that. And we got to watch a cool documentary about the Apollo missions and the new kind of missions. I forgot what it's called at the top of my head. And then after that, we got to see some more cool things about rockets and space and stuff like that. And then after that, we went back to Austin. So the next day, which is Thursday, it was my last day of hanging out with him before I headed back here. So it was a pretty chill day for the both of us as we went to this coffee shop somewhere southeast of Austin. And then after that, we went back to his apartment where I chilled pretty much the rest of the day. And at one point, he went out to work out. And so later on in the afternoon, I packed up my stuff. I had a call with my client talking about our next project together. And so I packed up and left. And along the way, I went to Round Rock to get Round Rock donuts for me and my brother. And so, yeah, this was my time in Austin. I had a really great time with Chris. We got to hang out. We got to go to different places. And we went to our gig. And I got to know a lot about him along the way. As of now, I feel that he's a really great friend. He really is a great friend. I really love it that he's been really supportive of me as a creative and as a person. I love it that he's been giving me lots of tips and tricks and advices about everything. We got to have deep conversations about everything. Even got to us talking about philosophical stuff. He asked me some interesting questions such as, what is the earliest memory that I can remember of my life? It was just really cool. I haven't got to experience this with anyone else practically, so he's something interesting and I really like it. I'm curious to see about what's going to happen from this point on. I hope that 2026 is going to be a really great year for me. Whether it be by him or by other people or by myself, my life would become much better at the end of the year. Let's see what happens.
It's symbolic for the transition to your new year of life.
Yeah.
We baptize you today. We baptize you in a waterfall, which brings you good luck. I did it in Bali. And then bridges symbolize transition from one area to the next. And you're a Scorpio, and it's your 29th birthday, so you're in your transition. So let's go.
And yeah, so it's really great for me that I got to talk to y'all about some stuff. Hopefully this will motivate me to create more vlogs of me talking about other things about me and going to different places. This is something that I've been wanting to do for kind of a long time. I wanted to get back into vlogging. It's something that I haven't done since I was in SBC. So if this turns out well, I'm gonna make more vlogs. Hopefully you'll see more of me in the near future. Let's see what happens. Thank you so much for watching the video. You can hit the like button and subscribe. And you can follow me on my socials, which is on the description down below. And you can also buy me a coffee to support me, which is also in the description. My name is Tito Contreras, and I hope I'll see you soon. Are you being Carl Weezer with
I don't
that
know
voice?
who I am. I'm Chris fucking Douglas. I got 12 different avatars 7 days a week. Let's go.